States Military Academy Band is under the direction of Chief Warrant Officer David Downer, with the drum major, Master Sergeant Glenn West.
Tubas too.
The 3rd Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Thomas Enkenbauer from Kalamazoo, Michigan. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Sarah Roger from El Paso, Texas. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Ryan Muma from Irvine, California. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Mitchell McKnight from Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain William Lane from Greensboro, North Carolina. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Justin Sugg from Los Angeles, California. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Jessica Catley from Brighton, Michigan. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Phil Nochin from Alpharetta, Georgia. Company C is commanded by Cadet Captain Ben Potter from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Brian Girardi from New Canaan, Connecticut. The 2nd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain John Mealy from Harrington Park, New Jersey. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Mickey Hathaway from Plato, Missouri. Company D is commanded by Cadet Captain Matthew Rizonka from Yorktown Heights, New York. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Richard McPhee from Monticello, Georgia. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Jason Hoover from Phoenix, Arizona. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Edward Timmons from Alpine. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain Ricky Weichlet from New Berlin, Wisconsin. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Max Meinert from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 3rd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Andrew Gray from Seattle, Washington. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Brian Rupert from Trout Run, Pennsylvania. Company Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Craig Cowell from Omaha, Nebraska. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Dustin Arnold from Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Company H is commanded by Cadet Captain Jonathan Lee from Shreveport, Louisiana. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Gary Oakland from Bothell, Washington. Company I is commanded by Cadet Captain Brandon Passons from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Jason Sommerfeld from Wheaton, Illinois. Since the days of the American Revolution, flag bearers have been an important element in ceremonies. At the center of today's mission and bearing the national color is the United States Corps Cadets Color Guard, led by Cadet Color Sergeant Harrison Heath from Hanahan, South Carolina. The 4th Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Justin Onka from Maui, Hawaii. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Jonathan Maker from Indianapolis, Indiana. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Anthony Caracciolo from Carbondale, Pennsylvania. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Peter Schlatter from Centerville, Virginia. Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain Lee Eschker from Cape Vincent, New York. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant James McLaughlin from Weston, Massachusetts. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Danielle Myers from Yorba Linda, California. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Joseph Valenzuela from Goodyear, Arizona. Company C is commanded by Cadet Captain Daniel Godlaski from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Joseph Durso from Oahu, Hawaii. The 2nd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain David Cavell from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Stephen Horning from Spokane, Washington. Company D is commanded by Cadet Captain Michael Garman from Reno, Nevada. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Christian Hill from Ardsley, New York. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Steve Hansen from Ashburn, Virginia. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Amanda Derrico from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain Sam Terhar from Litchfield, Connecticut. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Steve Pashko from Ludlow, Massachusetts. The 3rd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Peter Tyree from Anchorage, Alaska. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Justin Haggerty from Belleville, Michigan. Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Drew Long from Newton, Iowa. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Kelly McNamara from Buffalo, New York. Company H is commanded by Cadet Captain Harrison Green from Fair Oaks Ranch, Texas. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Stephen Murphy from Wilmington, Delaware. Company I is commanded by Cadet Captain Nick Casmer from Lawrenceville, Georgia. The first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Jonathan Kaysher from Florida Keys, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song,